Cowboys, Super Bowl window, contract issues. I mean, we know where they're at right now. I mean, Zeke, Dak Prescott, Amari Cooper, they're all up, right? I mean, they got other guys on the radar that they got to worry about paying in the near future, too. Byron Jones, top 5 corner in football. He's going to go and want to be paid soon. Jalen Smith, middle linebacker, who should have been a top 5 pick and had that horrible knee injury. Now has played great the last 2 years. He's going to want to get paid here soon. They got money invested into other big-time players. It's a tribute, first of all, or I would just want to say good job to the Jones family. It shows that they've done a great job evaluating talent, collecting talent through the draft and free agency. Got a lot of studs, but they got issues on their hands. These are good problems to have. These are rich people problems to have as far as the NFL wealth is concerned.
But they are problems.
They're problems.
Yeah. The big three, with Amari, with Dak, with Zeke.
Yeah.
Zeke leading the way because he's not in camp.
Yeah.
But that's driving it. You bring up the other names, but those three, and I think with the one Zeke, it's the reason it's a topic right now.
Yeah.
Stephen Jones forced to talk about it a lot.
Right.
I want to read something that he said about the ongoing contract negotiations. He said, "We can't push the issue unless we want to be a market setter, and we're damn sure not going to be a market setter because of all the things that can go with being a Dallas Cowboy." And is there another page to this quote?
That was it. Yep, I think that was it. So I get what he's saying. I understand it. They don't want to be the market setter. Nobody really wants to be the market setter, to be that guy like, oh, we paid our guy this much more than the guy that used to be the highest paid guy. And, they don't want to be held hostage there, to have to spend extra money for that.
Hey, who do you think they're talking to there? Because they're probably going to have to set the market with Zeke. He's earned that right. So are they talking to Dak and Amari?
I think so. I mean, that's where I was going to go. I'm glad you brought that up because, hey, listen, I understand it. You don't want to be the market setter. And you might be able to get away with that with Dak Prescott. Right. I would figure Dak Prescott gets a good contract, probably one-ups a Carson Wentz, somewhere in that kind of range. Not going to get Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers. Doesn't deserve that at this point anyways. But I think you could justify that type of contract. And 3 years from now, it's going to look like, oh, that's a damn good deal for the team too. Right. But it'll make Dak Prescott happy. So, okay, so there's that aspect. Okay, now Amari Cooper, hey, he's making $14 million a year this year. He's already been he was a top 5 pick in the NFL draft, so he's got top 5 money too. So that's a lot more money than Dak Prescott to begin with. And, hey, Amari Cooper had some hiccups in his play the last 2 years. I mean, it was underwhelming at the start of the year last year with the Raiders, and the year before that was very underwhelming too. So he's kind of getting, his mojo back as far as being that marquee guy at receiver. Yeah. Now, when you want to talk, and I think they can get away with not paying him market value either.
To me, in that conversation, he is not just third; he's a distant third.
He's third, exactly right. I mean, if we had to rank him, if we had to rank him, right? This is where I think it's almost 2 different rankings. And we talked about the 10-year outlook. I'm putting Dak Prescott 1. If we're talking
ahead
about
of Zeke,
I am. But if we're talking about right now, the next 2 to 3 years, I'm putting Zeke 1. Yeah, I think Dak Prescott's the quarterback in the NFL. They play forever now. So
don't you have to deal in like 2-3 year increments? I mean,
pretty much. Yeah, every contract in football is 2 or 3 years, really, when you break it down. Right. I mean, and then it's a reassess for those final 2. And did the player outperform it, or is he playing less than? And then the team actually asks them to restructure, or they cut you, right? So that's where I was going with this. I'm sure you don't want to be the market setter, but good luck, Dallas, because you're going to be the market setter with Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, if I'm Ezekiel Elliott, there's no way I'm playing football unless I get a contract that's north of Todd Gurley's. He deserves it. He's a workhorse. The team's built around what he can do for the team, the offensive line, the run game, the taking away the game clock and controlling the football, keeping your defense fresh. Everything is going through that in the run game. So no, Ezekiel Elliott, and then we're talking about running back. Which is the most dangerous position in all professional sports. All we talk about is the careers are very short. He's the rushing leader 2 of the last 3 years in football. Probably would have been 3 for 3 if it weren't for a 6-game suspension his second year in the NFL. So I don't see how they avoid this out of the fact that Jerry Jones, I'm sorry, Jerry, just being real here because I like Jerry, but he's old, okay? And he wants to win another Super Bowl before he goes. They're in the window right now.
And this is the guy. This is the guy that gives them the window. And yes, they've had awesome drafts. You look around on that roster, both sides.
It's
tremendous talent.
Phenomenal.
I mean, young talent as well. The team is put together very well. They have a nice quarterback.
Yep.
But if you take a step back and remove the names, I always like to start this way and ask this question, is this a playoff team? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Is this a team that can legitimately think about, and just not thinking about their hardcore fans, but guys like you and I,
right.
you don't hate the Cowboys.
Right.
Could they be around in late January? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What are the biggest reasons why? What's the first one that comes to mind? Zeke Elliott.
Yeah.
For sure.
No doubt about it.
So if you're in that window, and they are, and I hate talking about windows because it's so cliche, but if you're a team that can really think about playing in January for the next 2 or 3 years, the Cowboys are one of them, and the number one reason is Zeke Elliott.
Yes.
So you got to pay him a lot. He needs to be the highest paid running back in football.
I agreed. There's no doubt, and I'm sure that's what he wants. And I think eventually the Cowboys will have to, just deal with that one as far as being the market setter. And plus, what running backs are being paid right now are not salary cap ruining type contracts. $13 million a year for a guy like Todd Gurley or whatever it is, Le'Veon Bell, they're game changers. It's not going to ruin your team in the state of your franchise.
Right.
So that has to be taken into account. And all the things you just said. This is a Super Bowl team. There's no team on football that the Dallas Cowboys will walk onto the field with this year and go, ooh, we're outmatched in a number of areas. No. O-line, D-line, top 5 in football in the conversation. Secondary is phenomenal. The two questions we have, like you said, one is Zeke Elliott because he's the guy there, right? And then the second question, if I had about the Dallas Cowboys right now, actually even feeds into Zeke Elliott even more, is the creativity of their pass game. And are they capable of really carrying the team through their pass game, which I got to see it to believe it.
But do they need to be? Because this team is really clicking, and there is a change at coordinator. Kellen Moore is going to be calling
right, and they're putting
now,
more pressure on him with this situation with not having Ezekiel Elliott there.
They're at their best when Zeke touches it 25 to 30 times.
Yeah.
Most of that in the run game, but he'd catch 6 or 7 balls a game. So do they need their passing game if Zeke is there to be?
Well, if Zeke's there, no. It takes tremendous pressure off it. You're exactly right. They're not going to have to worry about being like, oh, gosh, we have to find 9 million different ways to formulate yards to take away from our run game because Zeke's not here, and now we got to find all these cute ways to get Amari Cooper screens and all this other stuff to where, no. When he's in the lineup, they can go, oh, okay, yeah, this is what we were built to do. Zach Martin's going to pull around the edge. Yeah. We're going to block down. Zach's going to knock some defensive end out, and then it's going to be Ezekiel one-on-one with a linebacker in the hole, and he's going to make a miss, and we're going to get 30 yards. Oh, I'm a good offense coordinator. Look at that. Yeah.
Big Phil makes it.
That was Big Phil. That was Big Phil's first appearance.
I missed him in July.
Yeah, good.
Really
now you got him back. But, yeah, as far as the importance of the team right now, I do think it goes Zeke, Dak, Amari. And I know I took my little, my little way out there. I think long-term contract, future of the franchise, hey, Dak is very important. I think he's proved to be the franchise quarterback. But right now, and if they want to win the Super Bowl and be successful and be in the Super Bowl hunt, like you're saying, late January, Zeke's better be there.
He has rare leverage for a running back right now.
Right.
So to me, he could hold out for a long time because he's the one with the hammer in this.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.